Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over a little bit of information on ZNOG gases, technical analysis. We've been kind of keeping up with it the past couple of weeks, and we're going to go ahead and look at the cup and handle pattern that we keep talking about. And I want to just redraw that for you eventually as the video goes along. We're going to get to that point. But before we get into that, I want to talk to everyone about the annual shareholder meeting. I want to talk to you about the proxy vote. And if you have not cast your vote yet, okay, make sure that you go and do that online. You can do it over the phone. And some of you have gotten a letter in the mail saying that ZNOG has asked you to call in your votes, okay? I haven't gotten it in the mail. I voted pretty early. As soon as the proxy came out, I actually did it over one of my videos. I went online and cast my vote as soon as I got it. So if you have not done that yet, please do so, because if they don't have a certain amount of votes before the annual shareholder meeting, I don't think they're actually going to have an annual shareholder meeting. So we want to make sure that that happens. That way, we get everything that we need to get done. The company is asking that all shareholders vote for the things on the board for ZNOG gas. Okay, so let's take a look really quickly. On the day, we're up almost about 4%. We did hit 26 cents today, so up almost 4%, up at 11.26% the past 5 days. Last month, up 22.38%, and then the past 6 months, we're only down 4.81% because obviously we've recovered from that big downfall that we had from December 2021, which was at about 32 cents, okay? Which is kind of leads me here to what I want to show you as far as the cup and handle pattern. I'm going to show you off of this here. Let me just get my little drawing tool ready. So I think if we can get to 30 to 32 cents is the magic number, all right? And it's really starting to form just how we want it. Okay, we got to get to about right here to have that cup. Excuse my non-artistic skills here. I can't draw very straight. So I mean, 35 cents would be great, but even if we get to like 30 to 32 cents, I think that would be awesome. And even if we have a pullback to about 25, and if we pull back right here and we hold at 25, you should see a pretty decent little spike to the upside past that 35-cent mark. What it will go to, I don't know. And that's going to kind of be dependent, I think, on the annual shareholder meeting as well, how that goes. On June the 8th, a lot of people are anticipating that they come out and they give us some type of news. I think you need to be prepared for both sides of that. I think you need to be prepared for them not saying what you want to hear, as far as not necessarily bad news, but maybe just bland news, like, hey, this is where we are at the process of testing. Maybe they're still testing, I don't know. Maybe they say that that they're going to release a full operational update later, and they don't tell you anything. I don't know. Based on last year, what I'm expecting is they're going to do the votes. They're going to say, if the votes that they have out on the table in the proxy vote passed, which I'm sure they will, then what they did last year is they had an operational update for the shareholders. Okay, they didn't do a press release. They just did an operational update for the shareholders there. So I'm expecting that they're going to give some type of update. What I'm doing is I'm keeping an eye on the sec.gov website, okay? Because if they happen to put some type of filing out before the annual shareholder meeting, or even after, that means they're about to do some type of press release, okay? They have to file it before they actually release it. They have to do some type of filings. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on the annual shareholder, not the annual shareholder, the SEC website, to see if they put some type of some type of filing on the SEC website. I've mentioned that before. So if that's the case, we could see maybe some insider transactions. That's where you kind of keep up with that. Or like I said, if they file to release some type of PR. That would be cool to see because you know something big's coming. But they could come out and say, give the operational update, then release a PR. I would think though that if they're going to release some type of big news, I really feel like they're going to release that to the public, or at least file to release that to the public prior to the annual shareholder meeting, because they can't just tell the shareholders about this huge event that has just happened through the company without disclosing that to the entire public, because they're a publicly traded company. So they could come out, like I said, and kind of be bland about it and not say much. Or on the flip side of things, they could come out and give you a phenomenal update in which the price starts really moving very, very aggressively within a 7 to 14 day period, where it just continuously goes up and up and up. So in my opinion, what we need to do is prepare on, if we don't get the news that we want, what are you going to do? Are you going to buy more? What's your price target to buy more? What's that magic price where you would say, hey, I would love the stock to fall to this level, and get ready for that. Maybe put a buy order in at that level. And if you don't get it, that means that's kind of a good sign too, because the stock is moving up. And also have some price targets in mind for yourself on, if this thing does start taking off aggressive. I'm not talking about 2, 3, 4%. I'm talking about 10, 20, 30, 40% days. What's your plan? Okay, have a plan and have some level of profit taking, ready to, yourself ready to take profits at some point if we get to an insane price within a short period of time. Because what typically happens, especially in the OTC market, is stock shoots up and eventually the stock does come down. Now, is it going to come down to 25 cents? Probably not, off of great news, right? But will it go down eventually? Yeah, it sure will, because no stock just goes up forever, just like no stock comes down forever. So for myself, what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of days, besides buying more, is getting some levels that I would feel comfortable about taking some profits off the table. Because, if the stock shoots up aggressively and gets over $1, then you kind of have to start looking, some of us who've been in at 20 cents, 18 cents and having an insane amount of shares, maybe you take some off the table and, pay some debt off. Maybe you take some off the table and go and put it, maybe into savings. Maybe you're trying to build out your emergency fund. Maybe you have, a purchase that you've been eyeing. Maybe you want a new truck or something. I don't know. But just keep in mind that, if it does happen to shoot up very, very aggressive, that typically when that happens on any stock, it doesn't matter what stock it is, eventually it does lose some steam and come down. So for me, if I see an insane amount of profit on the table, then I'm willing to take it. Okay. And then does that mean I won't get back in? No, but it does mean that I understand that the safest place for profits is in my pocket. Am I going to take all of it out? No, absolutely not. Because if they come out with great news, then this is a great longer term investment. I'm going to keep some on the table for years and just let it ride and ride and ride and build and build and build. But just a reminder, guys, kind of have a plan in place for both sides of what could happen next week. But just wanted to make that video for you, a reminder that if you haven't casted your vote yet, go do it. Okay, go vote. And hopefully that we get, either a PR prior to that, or at least we get a really, really good update with some good information on June the 8th. So let me know your comments below. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.